Sake 101 des. What's cracking, Lala?
Don't forget the des.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say don't forget the des. What's cracking?
I think we have 2 people next to us.
I found her walking around outside and I was like, hey, do you like to drink sake? And she's like, are? I was like, sake, do you like to drink it? She goes, are? There you go, hanasu.
英語話すよ。
ちょっと
ちょっと。
嘘上手な Hi, this is Marie. Go like this, just wave to the camera. And this is Avi. You can wave to the camera. And who are you?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. I thought you were Lala.
Lala.
Oh, Lala Lindsay. Of course, I'm Doc. I'm the master drunk here. So we're live.
All right,
Okay.
let's drink.
All right, let's drink. So, 今日は何飲む? 今日はDewazakura.
Oh.
Dewazakura. Okay, let me say this. Dewazakura, Dewasansan Nama Genshu. You got that?
Green Ridge.
Yeah, repeat it.
I mean,
what did I just say?
Dewazakura, Dewasansan, Nama Genshu.
Yoko dekimashita. So here it is. Cool little green bottle. This green bottle is much better than the little shitty ones with the red star you people be drinking. This is the real deal right here.
Red Star.
Heineken.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, these cells. Here, wait, I gotta touch the iPad. Look, watch this. Woo. Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, so the brewery on this guy is Dewazakura, right? You got
Yes,
that? Okay.
yes.
We had to cover that. Me and Lindsay, we had to talk about that one earlier. But anyway, Dewazakura makes some great sake. They're actually brought in by World Sake Imports, and they have some of the most fantastic sakes out there. Their normal version of Dewazakura, Dewasansan is one of my absolute favorite sakes. It's way up there on my list. This version, however, is the Nama Genshu version, and I'll explain what that means in a little bit. Okay, so this comes from Yamagata-ken. Yamagata-ken doko?
日本。
Nihon dake. How about the Tohoku region of Honshu? Honshu, as you know, is the backwards California in Japan, the big island. Not the big, well, yeah, it is the big island, but not the big island like volcano, but never mind.
The middle part.
Yeah, that thing. The one that looks like the backwards California. Okay, the rice type on this is Dewa Sansan, so they have their own custom rice. And there's a story behind that. We'll get into that in a different Dewazakura show, but just know that the rice type is Dewa Sansan. Okay, so say my boy on this guy.
Fitty.
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 That means they polished half of the rice kernel away, so we're only getting the good stuff in the middle. It's the good stuff. Say my boy. Hatsuan wa daijoubu? Say my boy.
Say my boy.
Daijoubu? Okay, just checking my Japanese. She's a Japanese instructor. Not really. She's a little gangster. Okay, the alcohol content, Lindsay's favorite number. 18%. This makes it one of the stronger sakes. As you know, most of them will roll around 14, 15%. This is 18%. It's a little bit bassy.
Couldn't even tell though.
No, you can't. But we'll get into that. This Nihon Shudo. Nihon Shudo wa nan desu ka?
Sake meter value.
The sake meter value. So this one is a +4. So what that means is it's going to be closer to the dry side than the sweet side. When you see a negative number, that's going to be a little bit sweet. When you see a positive number, it's going to be a little bit dry. But it's not quite like a 10, which would be Topher 808 dry. You know, I'm joking, cameraman. Don't like delete my picture or nothing weird like that. Okay.
So is the range from -10 to +10?
Actually, yeah, the general range is -10 to +10. We have tasted one that was a +12.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that one was good. I remember.
It was amazing. But you know, like the sparkling sake we tried the other day, the kind of like liquid candy, that would be like maybe a -5. Yeah. If it's lower than that, it'll be like really, really sweet. And the English name of this is actually Green Ridge. That's the Dewa Sansan, but the Nama Genshu is Primal Strength.
Primal Strength.
I like the Primal Strength. It's like named after me.
I thought Drunken Whale is named after you.
I will stab you.
Next week's Drunken Whale.
Let's give it a little pourry. This helps get a little air into it. So pour fast.
Whoa!
Don't splash it on my leg.
Place your bets. He's splashing.
No, I splash. Hey, dude, that's just, you should never say that about dudes. It just,
He's splashing.
I mean, wow, it's running down my leg. Here, let me wipe it on the
And it's
tablecloth.
raining down his leg.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why is there a hole in the middle?
You're allowed to ask questions. The hole in the middle is for your thumb. No, actually, it's for ice. And okay, a sake like this particular sake, it needs to remain refrigerated at all times. So this one is a good one where you would put the ice inside the little puka here, and that will keep it at the right temperature. And the reason why this needs to be refrigerated at all times is Genshu hasn't been pasteurized. So it hasn't been boiled, steamed, carbon filtered,
So it's
or
very
none of that. So
sensitive.
it's very sensitive.
And it's a very pretty color.
Hi, sensitive. Little gangster, one for you. You have very sparkly fingernailies. Here, let me go around my laptop. Thank you.
Thank you.
Should I
And
put it
then
here?
la la.
So I don't spill it? Thanks.
Okay, cameraman, do you want a shot? And then take one to our studio audience back
The
there.
sparkle is a little bit, has a little sparkle.
Okay, so the first thing we do when we're testing out a sake,
Sniff it.
see, I'm teaching you guys, but I'm also teaching Avery and Marie at the same time because I just want to feel like I'm smart. But it's really an excuse just to drink. Okay, so first we smell it. Who's playing music? Why is there music coming up?
Must be commercial.
Must have been a commercial.
Oh, it smells.
Okay, what does that smell? Tell me what do you smell, Marie? What does it smell like? Don't say sake.
Don't say lemons too. It smells very floral.
It smells kind of fruity too.
It's good.
You know what it smells like to me? It smells a little bit like kiwi.
Kiwi.
Like kiwi fruit. Or no, what's the other one called? Oh my god, star fruit.
Oh.
It smells like star fruit. Or dragon fruit or star fruit. That's what it smells like.
Apple
Okay.
juice?
It's very fruity.
Very fruity. It has a nice little. Okay, now we notice the color. It has a really, really pale yellow tint, and part of that is because 50% has been polished away. There's not a lot of that alcohol. There's not a lot of that outer husk that's going to leave that sort of yellowish brown tint. Now we come by. You gotta look in the eye. Yeah, that's important. I'll explain it to you later. Come by. Hi, Uncle Avy. Come by. Don't splash it on my head.
Sorry.
Okay, now we take a sip.
Oh, and compile cameraman.
Why are you making this sound?
Oh, disgusting. It's gonna require a second sip.
He's like surfing side.
Like really loud.
Wow, it tastes like lemons. It's very citrusy. I'm gonna die now.
Wow. Okay, so before I explain to you my flavor complex, I'm going to answer Avy's question. And I know some of you guys watch me do that every week and you probably wonder why. Whenever you're doing a cupping, which is for coffee, or tasting like in wine, sake, and things like that, that sound is aerating it and it's bringing in extra oxygen. That oxygen heightens up the taste buds and allows you to get a more fuller taste. And you'll often see people when they do wine, they'll do it, and you'll see them and they'll spit it out because they're trying. I don't believe in spitting it out. This shit costs too much. Don't.
You believe in swallowing?
Okay, the hell with the explicit tag. Never spit the fucking sake out. You drink it. This shit is too good to be wasted. This is nectar of the gods.
Keep this G-rated. Keep this G-rated.
Fuck G-rated. I hate people spitting out expensive stuff. So anyway, by slurping in, that was right. Don't be scared. See? And what it does is it livens up your palate to get your palate ready to understand what flavors you got going on. It'll help you also separate. Okay? So in the beginning, when you first start tasting sakes, they'll be good to you and you'll like it, or maybe you won't like it, but you won't necessarily be able to divide the different flavors out. And the more you think about it and do the airing and try it with different food or different times or different temperatures, you'll start to notice the complexities, and that's why sake is so good. It's simple and complex at the same time. It's very Japanese. Né? It's kind of wabi sabi. Wabi sabi ego de nan desu ka?
Wabi sabi.
Wabi sabi. See, it's kind of hard to describe because there is really no English translation because we don't really do that. But I guess in Chinese you can call it a yin and a yang. It goes both ways. It has there's beauty and simplicity.
It says wabi sabi.
Yeah. So it's a beauty, but then it's simple at the same time. So there's beauty in the simplicity or the naturalness, but then also there's beauty in the fact that it can't live forever, like it will die. So that's why it's beautiful because it's going to be there and it's going to disappear. You know what I mean?
So poetic.
Fragile. Yeah, it's poetic. It's like frolicking in the meadow.
It makes a difference when you slurp it. You can taste all the.
It
Okay.
kind of tastes like banana.
Yeah, I can see that.
It does, right?
And so there's a fruity balance. And I'm still trying to decipher the actual fruit flavor, but I can see bananas.
Must be a fruit basket.
It's a fruit basket.
Must be a fruit basket in here.
So by this not being pasteurized, you're getting pasteurized.
Pasteurized.
Thank you. You're getting the pure raw essence of sake, like it hasn't been charcoal filtered or heat pasteurized or whatever. So I think a lot of that extra complexity is coming from the yeast, and it's kind of there, but it changes flavor in your mouth. So at first it has a nice little punch. It's like a. And then it goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And it like mellows out, right? It has like it has a bite in the very beginning and then it mellows out and it's so smooth. Very crisp, very refreshing.
Yeah, very refreshing, very crisp.
It's much sweeter than I expected. Yeah.
It tastes like cotton candy at first.
Cotton candy, I can see that.
Oh yeah, actually.
It does have that natural,
right?
that's a taste of raw sugar in a sense.
最初が綿あめで、then banana.
So, see?
I want
Did
more.
you understand what she said? So again, one thing about the Namagenshu's, and you're going to notice this, the flavor does change on you, and that's what makes it fun to drink. Instead of just like a beer or wine where you just drink it and you're just drinking it to get drunk, you have fun drinking sake to get the flavor and the
And
complexness.
you can't take it as a shot, no. No sojified, no shot.
So let's talk about this for a second. All right. What makes this unique is, again, it's unpasteurized, or it's a Nama version of the Dewa Green Ridge Junmai, which is a very good sake, and again, you should try that as well. And it's a good idea to try them sort of side by side. Don't forget, when you go to the sake shop and you're going to buy this bottle, tell them that you saw it on Meeto World, and they'll give you a special hookup. That way, you can buy both bottles, the pasteurized one and the non-pasteurized, and you can tell which one you like better. I happen to be a fan of almost all Namagenshu sakes. Some people would just say Nama, some people would say Namashu, but yeah, that raw sake, it's good. Also, you'll notice if you drink beer, in Japan, you'll also find Namabiru. So the Nama beer is a young beer, right? Like, which brand is the most famous Namabiru?
Kirin.
Tabun Kirin, that's all. So if you look at Kirin, you'll see there's two. There's one that says Nama, and then there's a regular like lager or Pilsner, depending on which one you get. So again, it's similar to that. It's just the fact that it's really raw in nature. Okay. The way that it has that extra bite in the beginning, that's where it gets its nickname Primal Strength, because you're tasting it like fresh out of the sake bag. Okay.
It says fresh and full of zing.
It has a little zing. Actually, it's like zing zinga. Who's got the keys to my Beamer? Vroom. That was Missy Elliott's song. So it has a noticeable punch at first, and it goes away. The nose on it is very fruity. Has a slight floral. I say the nose is magic because Lindsay and I have drank this a lot. When we go to Sweet Home Cafe, which is our favorite nabe yake, if you want to call it that, it's kind of a nabe spot, or a hot pot for